Good morning, everyone. Welcome back again in the chapter 9, our economic system. Now, let's see the another economic activities are also classified on the basis of the ownership. First one that we have done, that is the basis types of activities. Now, the second one, that is the basis of ownership. Now, let's see in that one first point, that is government ownership. The industries which are owned by the government are called government owned industries. Industries are also called public sector industries. These industries are run as per the government policies. Let's see some examples also. Bhilai Steel Plant, Bharat Heavy Electric Limited, that is called the BHEL, Oil and Natural Gas Commission, that is we are calling it ONGC. Next point, that is the private ownership. Here we can see industries owned and run by private owners, that is entrepreneurs are called a private sector units. Let's see some examples here also. Tata Iron and Steel Company, that is called TISCO, then Reliance, Torrent, Varilal, these are the examples. Then even a small grocery shop owner, garage owner, street hawkers, small factories, these all are also called private entrepreneurs. Last point, that is the joint sector. The industries in which both public and private sector works together are called mixed entrepreneur, or we can say it's a joint sector also. Public sector units are less dedicated and committed towards work. Management of such units is given to private owners. So the government can collect capital from private owners and also avail their expertise. This way, both the public and private sector works together. Government has a great hold over such units. Here it's given the example. Also, let's see the example. IDBI Bank, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited, that is called the HPCL. Next point, that is cooperative sector. Many people are talented but do not have enough capital to start any industry. Such people get associated with each other. All these people then set up an industry on cooperative basis. Such industrial units are called cooperative sector units. Let's see the example, that is Amul Dairy, sugar mills. These are the examples. Now here it's given two examples about the persons about economic activity which is organized sector and one is working in the unorganized sector. Let's see here example Kanta and Kamal. Kanta works in an office from 9:30 to 5:30. She gets a salary at the end of every month regularly. Apart from salary, she is eligible for benefit of pension and PPF, means provident fund. She also receives medical allowance and other allowances too. Kanta gets the salary for Sunday too, which is a holiday for her. She has been given the appointment letter which states the rules and regulation for jobs. Thus, Kanta works in an organized sector. So, she is getting this type of benefits also. Now, let's see in the unorganized sector. Kamal is a neighbor of Kanta. He works on a daily wage in a grocery shop. He goes to the shop in the morning 8 and works till 9 in the evening. He does not get any allowance apart from daily wages. He is not paid for the day. He does not go to work. He does not get any paid holiday. He has also not received any appointment letter. His boss can tell him to leave the job at any time. Thus, Kamal works in an unorganized sector. So here we can see the both the difference of the organized and the unorganized sector. Now, the next point, that is economic liberalization. In 1991, Government of India adopted the policy of liberalization, privatization and the globalization. Government has made some policies, that is increase India's economic growth, develop industries, increase employment to help loss making government units to expand India's business at a global level. So let's see the first point in that one, that is the liberalization. Before 1991, there were several restrictions on Indian industries. The industries could not develop well. In 1991, India adopted the economic policy of liberalization. According to this policy, the government removed various controls from the industries, business, and other small units. The government also removed certain duties and relaxed the rules on import and exports. All these changes were done to boost India's economic progress. The policy of liberalization, Indian industries have grown quite well. Employment has increased and now they are at par with the foreign industries. Now, the next point, that is the privatization. After India became independent, the government of India encouraged small, large, large scale industries for economic development of the nation. The government, under its own ownership, that is, public sector, opened several industries. With the passage of time, these industries started making huge losses. Many such loss making industries were termed sick and were closed down. India's economic condition again start becoming poor. On the other side, industries in the private sector were producing good quality products and making huge profit. The government decided to hand over its sick industries to private ownership for managing them. The private owners would manage those industries and turn them into a profit making units. This economic policy of the Indian government came to be known as a privatization. The industries is owned by the government but managed by private units, and like this way it is a joint efforts. Now let's see the another one, that is the globalization. The process of connecting the Indian economy with the countries of the world is called globalization. India adopts the policy of government in 1991 and started trading with several countries. India came closer to other countries and learned their methods. It started producing as per the demand and quality requirement of the world. Tremendous growth in information technology was one of the main reasons for boosting globalization. In 1995, the countries of the world established an organization called the World Trade Organization, that is called in short WTO. On the key objectives of WTO was to promote globalization. India also became a member of WTO to gain maximum benefit of globalization. Now let's see what is its affix, or we can say the effects of the globalization. With the revolution in information technology, several new gadgets and services such as telephone, fax, mobile phones, email, internet, video conference have developed. These tools connect the entire world, allow them to trade and thus boost globalization and economy. Employment has increased tremendously at world level. Due to globalization, multinational companies collaborate with host countries. This way both of them earn profit. Here the example that is Ford company manufactures cars. It has its plant in India, the Ford company of America as well as its Indian partners earn. Like this way, big Indian companies like Tata, Infosys, Asian Paints, Parle have become multinational companies and have tied up with the foreign countries. Due to globalization, quality improves and people starts getting better goods at a lower price. The another example we can see here, China sells its attractive toys at a very cheap price in India. Indians can now buy better toys that too at a cheaper rate. But with that, some disadvantages also of the globalization. Globalization also causes threat to local market. Here given the example, with a year Chinese products could be seen in 70 to 80% of Indian shops. The toys are cheaper and better than local toys. So what happened with for that? Indian toys makers are suffering losses, makers losses. So like this way cottage industries suffer when multinational companies produces and sell better products at a cheaper price in India. So like this way here we can see that what is the advantage also we are having, with that the disadvantages also affects to the globalization in the market, or we can say in due to the multinational companies. Like this way here your chapter also completed. Goodbye.